Gared on the go, our Walt Disney World reporter for us, hanging out at Disney's Hollywood Studios today. Gared, what's going on? I mean, it looks like there's something new behind you.
Yeah. So I'm here at Disney Hollywood Studios, as you said, and behind me is the brand new marquee sign for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
That thing looks great.
It truly does. And so this was put in a few nights ago with the help of Goofy. If you haven't seen the video, go on Disney World website, because it's a whole episode of how Goofy was helping the Imagineers turn this thing on. And let me just say, this looks incredible. It's going to look even better at night because while it may not look all that spectacular right now, at night there are neon signs on there that really light up and bring this thing to life. And it's big. That thing is easily 10 feet tall, 15 feet tall. It's bigger than me. But because like this whole area has been popular, they have been adding hula hoops out here, and I've been, getting my hula hoop on. Last time I was here, I was jumping a bunch, but now I'm going to be hopping, just going to be talking about all the Disney news and stuff. But that's what's going on here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This sign has definitely brought a whole brand new part of life to here. And one thing I want to add to this whole area is that the Star Wars Galaxy Far, Far Away show that they do in front of the Chinese theater, that is soon going to be departing around the same time this attraction opens up. I think it's because they want this to truly be the icon of the park. Instead of when you go down Hollywood Boulevard, you see Star Wars characters. They want it to be all about the boss, Mickey, and his girl, Minnie.
It's about time. I'm thankful to hear that the Chinese theater is going to be the rightful icon of the park again, and we'll finally sort of stand there at the end, much like Cinderella Castle does to Magic Kingdom.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm excited for it to be back, and I'm kind of happy to see Star Wars go away.
Yeah, I know.
It was just like one of those things that they just needed to keep people occupied, But I'm really excited that they're gonna clear it out, and they're actually gonna, make that the main thing, the main attraction, which it should be, obviously.
Yeah. No more dumb hats in the way either.
Right. That sorcerer hat that stood there for so many years as the icon built in front of it, which always made me think, why?
Yeah.
It was really a silly mistake that they made, and looking back on it now, I think they realize, the Chinese theater is the icon.
Absolutely.
Let's be real. And it's even gotten to the point where I feel like they've been so confused about their icon that they've even used like Tower of Terror for a while too.
Right.
So it's interesting. We'll see. I'm curious to see if like mugs and things are going to start having the Chinese theater on them again. So
it'll be wonderful to have that original icon back. And Gared, I'm sure there's plenty of other things happening in Walt Disney World as you hula around the world. What's else is happening?
All right, so over at Magic Kingdom, is this distracting at all? Because this is a good ad workout for me.
I mean, if you can do it and talk at the same time.
I'm actually amazed, to be honest with you, that this is happening. Because I could hula hoop for about 10 seconds maybe, and it'll...
See, well, Tyler, you come out here and hang out with me. I will teach you how to hula hoop.
Okay.
Absolutely. But so over at Magic Kingdom, they now have a thing called Create Your... oh boy, okay, that distracted me too much. It's called Create Your Moment Photo Experience. I'm sorry, I completely botched on the name. But so what this is a paid service that Disney PhotoPass is offering, where you go to Magic Kingdom and you pay $50 and you get to meet with a PhotoPass photographer, and they take you to one of many different locations that you can essentially have your own photo shoot with. And it's a private photo shoot where, and rather than it just being 3 quick shots, it's actually, you get a full-on photo shoot for 20 minutes. So $50 for 20 minutes. And in that 20 minutes, you meet with your photographer. They say, hey, you have these different spots that you can take a photo with, and you're only allowed to choose one of them. So say there are 5 spots, you have to choose 1 in 5 to take a photo with. But say you wanted to have a second spot, $50 more. And you do back-to-back, so it's a 40-minute long session. But looking at the images that Disney has put up on their website, they look really spectacular. It's not the normal PhotoPass shot that's just simple and easy. This is one that definitely has, it blurs the background. It has all the different photography lingo that I do not know. Aperture, zoom.
Very good.
Wide, close, flashing. But the photos, they look good. For myself, I probably will not do that, but I think this is really geared towards the people that want to do a like engagement or proposals, or maybe it's like baby's first Disney trip, because one of the images was like a man getting down on his knee. I'm just wondering, how does someone pull this off where you're like, hey honey, we're gonna do a photo shoot, no particular reason, we're just gonna do a photo shoot, and then boom, drop.
Oh,
Careful.
my goodness.
Drop down.
Jeez.
Children are in the way of the shot. No, but I think it's a really cool thing that's gonna have I think some popularity to it. I'm wondering how it's gonna go truly, but $50 for a 20-minute photo shoot, that's actually a pretty good deal, because I believe that includes editing of the photos as well. Because you go to a professional photographer and you fly them out to Disney World, that's already $107 to get them into the park. Then $100+ for a 30-minute shoot, plus $100+ for editing. So Disney's kind of giving you a good deal on this one. So that is something that is really exciting. So Wade, when you come out here, can we do a photo shoot together, please?
Aww.
As long as I can wear an Argyle sweater that matches your Argyle sweater, and you can hold me wraparound style, and we can both be looking longingly at the castle. Is that good for you?
Yeah.
Can
Hold a rose,
I have an
please.
Argyle turtleneck and wear a chain on the outside with a fanny pack?
Like The Rock?
Yes.
Very nice. I caught your
Yes.
reference. Thank you for that. Tyler, Katrina, is this something you guys would do?
I don't know. I feel like we get like our free PhotoPass like on our phone, and then they have those really cool shots now where you can stand in the castle and then it does like that zoom shot.
Yeah.
And like that's really fun. And then we honestly like don't really take that many pictures. So like we'll like maybe go like I'm more of the one that's like drags him along and like goes like, oh, let's get a picture in front of the castle, and then we'll get like, you know, a couple shots here and there, and then it's fine. Or we have friends that take pictures. But I think this is actually really nice for like families that are trying to like, you know, wrangle in their children instead of like waiting in line and like having that time wasted. You can have 20 minutes to get really amazing shots.
Yeah.
Or you can get like a lot of the Instagrammers, they have been using the PhotoPass people a lot, and then they want them to like kind of go along and take pictures while they do stuff. And so I think they're maybe trying to like get the Instagrammer people to like pay the $50 and get like all these shots for 20 minutes and then have them use it. Because I've seen it a lot at Disneyland where a lot of people are actually using the PhotoPass people, and then the PhotoPass people, like, they're fine with it because they want to get the good shots too. So they'll follow them along, and these like Instagrammers have the like particular people know they know they're the working, and so they'll just follow them along and take these like really awesome shots. And so I think that it's like a great deal, but like I don't think we would do it. I don't know, would you?
I think we could maybe for like a special occasion or something if we
Sure.
had something that we wanted to remember. But
Membering things is always
Yeah.
good.
Remembering, yeah.
yeah, you know. But I don't see us doing this really. But I also think it's incredible. I think it's a really good deal actually. I mean, you could pay I feel like most photographers cost more than $50 for 20 minutes. So
I mean, especially going around Disney, like and you're gonna get these like really cool shots too. So.
And I'm assuming if you're not happy with the photos that they'll work with you and things like that. So, you know, it sounds like it's just going to be a great addition.
And of course, I mean, not everybody comes from the Silver Spoon Country Club background as you do, Tyler. So we want to ask Kurt here, would you and your wife want to do something like this? More budget friendly, obviously. You know, you're holed up here in the bowels of the studio all the time, making pennies, and we look at that every day and think, throw this kid a bone.
You know, so if it's a special occasion, like first time to Disney World, first like proposing type of thing, I would say sure. But otherwise, like we get the PhotoPass too with our package that we usually get for like $100 for the whole entire time we're there, and so I just don't see spending $50 for 20 minutes.
Sure.
It just seems like that's a lot of money.
There's the other side of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's a lot of money. I could do so much more for $50 at Disney World than spend 20 minutes.
And for
taking
perspective,
pictures.
this is something that many years ago was being tried out at Disneyland for a limited time, and it was the Inspired Photographers is what it was called. And it was a series of PhotoPass photographers that were wearing different vests and different shirts at the time. And for a limited run with the annual pass holder demographic, which obviously is very large here in California, it was sort of marketed to the annual pass holders as like, you know, meet up with the Inspired photographers, and they're going to do private photo sessions with you and sort of take you around the parks and make some extra magic. And they did that for free. So it was a test. It worked out really well. And I know that obviously with the creation of MaxPass here locally, that has changed the whole PhotoPass dynamic and virtually changed the way PhotoPass operates on the West Coast. Whereas, the East Coast and Walt Disney World, everything's a little different out there. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Gared, anything else we should know?
Yeah, there is more, but before I get to that, I think that when all four of us come together, and Kurt, when all five of us come together, we do it for a photo shoot ourselves. Or I think this would be a great thing if you're doing maybe like prom photos, graduation photos, or better yet, maybe Christmas photos. Imagine getting it at 8 o'clock at night when the castle's lit up. That'd be a great Christmas card right there, I think.
Absolutely. We could all hold each other. All hold each other in front of the castle.
Absolutely. But I think I want Tyler to be held by Katrina, though. I want Tyler held by Katrina.
Oh, I like that idea. Let's do that.
Yeah. But aside from this magicalness, there was actually some unmagicalness, I suppose, over at the Carousel of Progress. So, as we know, Carousel of Progress is a favorite topic of ours on the show. And Fred there, I think he decided he wanted to be like Anakin Skywalker and get his hand cut off because during the show, during the 1900s period of the show, his hand fell off apparently, and no one really knows why. Disney hasn't given much of an explanation other than that it's been fixed. So it's truly tragic because Rover didn't do anything. Rover just sat there and didn't help his master at all with his now
come on
hand.
Rover.
Yeah, but so as we know, this show has been going on for a long time. It is the most played show around the world, simply because it's done on loop. And as we've discussed, the show needs a little TLC, maybe just some cleaning up, but apparently now it needs a little bit more tuning up because if you have audio animatronics hand falling off, that's kind of a big deal because, well, it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to replicate humans, and my hand doesn't just fall off right away. So it's tragic. So I hope that well, they're not expected to be doing a refurb on this attraction/show until after the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I hope it would come sooner because the 50th anniversary is easily going to go on for 2 years here. So I'd hope that they would work on that, but that happened, unfortunately. So yeah, Fred can no longer give high 10s. He now just gives high 5.
Yeah, and last time I was there, I know that the state of the theater that I had gone into looked really torn up. And the seats themselves looked really poor, and the carpeting looked disgustingly filthy. And so now to see just sort of a hand fall off of an animatronic,
he was lending a hand.
I suppose so. That's a little unfortunate.
It needs to be clean, so he was just lending a hand.
I guess so. Yeah, a little tough to see an animatronic sort of fall apart on stage that way. But
I think that'd be like the most. That's probably why I would want to watch it. It's just hoping to see something fall off. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, right. Maybe something else will come rolling
Carousel of
off.
Progress. I'm sorry.
We covered this in the Do It or Ditch It a few months back as to whether or not this attraction was worth doing or ditching, and certainly it's one of those attractions that we
One of those things.
ended up saying, of course, do, but maybe update.
Yeah, for sure. Again, it needs refreshing a little bit. The seats, the carpet, all that stuff needs to be done. But again, it needs to stay because it's like one of those original rides.
Absolutely.
Well, attraction's not a ride, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, show. It's weird to think that this might not get a touch up until after the 50th anniversary out there.
Which is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
You think that they would try to zhuzh it up a little bit.
Anything.
Because they're already trying to zhuzh up Disneyland for their, big anniversary that's coming up. So they're doing a lot of stuff to Snow White and stuff. So you're kind of like, okay, well, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah. Hands falling off and carpet looking terrible and how
Yikes.
unfortunate. My goodness. Well, Gared, anything else to report from Walt Disney World before we go?
Yeah, so going back to the Do It or Ditch It, I think in this case Disney is ditching the attraction. No, I'm completely joking. This is a staple.
Not.
This is one of the things that Walt Disney personally touched himself. So I have no doubt that they will give it the love it needs. Just probably not in the most timely sense. But the last thing I want to talk about is that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be opening March 4th here at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Huzzah!
They have already released fast passes for it on the My Disney Experience app. I did not get one, but I will be here opening day because that's what good journalism is.
That's
Is
how
this
it works.
journalism, Disneyism. I'll be here giving my first take on it and my Kingdom report card of it, but I am so looking forward to to Mickey Mouse's first and only attraction anywhere in Walt Disney World. It's amazing that it's taken 50 years for this park to be around for there to be an attraction, but hey, better late than never.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's finally arriving. And guys, as I had mentioned not too long ago, I was looking more forward to this attraction than I was all of Star Wars Land.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us were. And I'm surprised because I thought they would maybe like do a boarding group kind of like they did with Rise of the Resistance to kind of like split up the people a little bit, but they just handed out the fast passes. I didn't get one either. I was kind of bummed. I was trying really hard.
Tragic.
But anyway, whatever. Life will go on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, pumped to see Mickey and Minnie finally getting their due, and hopefully this attraction will be something truly over the top, truly worthy of the stars, Mickey and Minnie. Gared, we'll see.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.